49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, great action from high schools all around the Bay Area. We'll see Bellarmine take on McClymonds. De La Salle battles Sarah, and Wilcox faces Hollister.
We have great volleyball action with St. Francis and Mitty, water polo as the girls and boys from Washington battle Castro Valley, and the story of the St. Francis starting quarterback's amazing recovery from cancer to play this year. 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight with a great intersection matchup with two top Bay Area teams. Los Gatos head coach Mark Crail is in his 11th season. Last season's Zianza Division MVP senior Jalen Thomas returns for the Cats.
Yeah, a big test for the Cats this week as the Liberty Lions coming off a very impressive opening night win with Jackson Bell running for 194 yards. Liberty hosting Los Gatos Friday night.
Liberty Lions locked in hosting Los Gatos Wildcats Friday night in Brentwood. Tyler Flipson on the call. Cats start first. AJ Midgard heaving it deep to an open Jalen Thomas, and he has nothing but daylight ahead of him for the 80-yard touchdown. LG lead 7-0. Lions answer. Sage Robertson takes the snap, showing the arm strength, and he finds a wide open Ryan McKendry, and he'll tack on his own 80-yard touchdown. 7-7 all. Cats on the kick return following the Liberty touchdown. It's boxer Kopsik Young, fields it, breaks the Lions tackler, jetting up the far sideline, turning up the speed, pulling away, and he is gone for the 80-yard return touchdown. Cats lead 14-7. 6 minutes left in the first. Robertson threads this one right into the hands of Zaire Cahoon with ease, tying it back up 14-all. Liberty turning up the heat now. Robertson play fakes, lets it loose, and finds McKendry in the back of the end zone. Touchdown Lions! Liberty takes the lead 21-14. 3 minutes before the half, Robertson backpedaling, dumps it to Jackson Bell for the screen. Jackson splitting right through the Cats defense for the touchdown, extending the Lions lead 27-14. Third quarter now, Liberty not letting off. Robertson launches this one, finding Ryder Steen. He breaks the tackle, and he is free for the TD. PAT is no good, 34-14 Lions. After Los Gatos touchdown one drive earlier, Cats march right back down the field, and it's Kopsik Young who punches it in. 34-27 LG trails. Here come the Cats. Scotty Brennan on the three-step with time finds Thomas across the middle and picking up the extra yards after the catch for the first down with 4:30 left in the fourth. 2 plays later, no other than Kopsik Young punching in the go-ahead touchdown to take the lead. 35-34 Cats, just 3:30 left in the fourth. Game on the line, Liberty driving, looking for it all here, saying this one deep, but it's intercepted by LG Scott Garwood. Garwood seals the game for the Cats in this monstrous comeback win after trailing by as many as 3 touchdowns at the half. What a game for the Wildcats.
A beautiful night at Pat Tillman Stadium as the Leland Chargers are fired up to pace Palo Alto. Lots of explosive plays for the Vikings, and this was one. Declan Packer pump fakes and fires a pretty pass, hitting Jason Ozine in stride, 71 yards down at the 2. Packer takes it in from there, 7-0 Pally. Later in the first, Leland comes back. Chase Swenson, who had a nice game for the Chargers, this run leading to a Leland short TD run. It's 7-all. Ensuing kickoff goes to Ozine, who takes it at the 14, and he gets to full speed in a hurry, outrunning everyone. That's an 86-yard touchdown for Ozine. Pally leads it 14-7. Pally threatening again here. Declan bouncing around in the backfield looking for someone, anyone. Please get open. Declan firing, and again it's Ozine making the grab, this time in traffic, and that's a 67-yard touchdown play. 21-7 Pally in the second. Later on in the second quarter, here's the Chargers' Swenson, but you can call him Maytag because this guy is using the spin cycle. 4 spins on an amazing run for Swenson. The Chargers scoring a short TD run to cut the lead to 21-13 just before the half. 1:29 left in the half and handed to Jeremiah Madrigal. And look at this, a straight arm and then gets rid of the defender. Oh my! Jeremiah barreling through the second defender, 57 yards down to the 10. The Vikings get a field goal. It's 24-13 at the half. Leland comes back as Diego Vasquez barrels his way in, 24-20, and the Leland fans were thinking comeback. But Pally takes off from there. Packer pump fakes and throws over the middle. It's Jeremiah Fung making the grab and racing into the end zone as Pally goes to 2-0 on the season. Jason Ozine's big game is this week's Mattress Firm Peak Performance. The right mattress matters to reach your peak performance. Visit a Mattress Firm store today.
Nikon introduced in Walnut Creek as Carondelet takes on Las Lomas. This game was back and forth all night. Las Lomas Knights lead in set 1, but the Cougars are on the hunt. Lily King going up for the block to cut the Knights' lead to 5. The Cougars tie things up at 18. Alexis Dinwell sets Ava Van Petegem, who beats the double block. Match point here. Madeline Lopez sets Petegem, and the freshman rips it for the kill. Carondelet takes set 1, 25-22. Cougars carry the momentum into set 2. Isabella Virtudez sets Kaya Kelly. Carondelet goes on to win set 2, 25-15. The Knights come back in set 3 as Ainsley McCormick goes up for the block, and the senior says, "Yep, that's right." Still set 3, Cougars up by 1 late. It's Stella Myers to Madison Thomas. Ham and eggs, baby. We're tied at 21. Knights looking to win it here, but again, it's Myers to Thomas to keep it alive. Los Alamos win the set and trail 2 sets to 1. Cougars lead cut to 2 in set 4 after Kiera Dillon sets it to Emily Gao for the kill. Virtudez to King later in the set. The Cougars take a 21-18 lead. Match point now. Dinwell dives to save it. LaPaz sets it, and Natalia Markle rips it over the net. The defenders can't get a hold of it, and Carondelet takes the set and game, beating Las Lomas 3-1. King with 11 kills on the night.
Heading out to Chabot College now for the matchup between Washington and Castro Valley girls. CV with a penalty shot, trying to close an early 4-2 gap, but Siri Petapenki gets the big save. Later on in the second, Sarah Gilbert feeds Shristi Pandyopadhyay. Shristi puts up a fight before firing one home. Washington would have the 7-2 lead at the break. Second half, this first shot hits off the crossbar, but watch the hustle from Bandyopadhyay. Shristi gets the rebound, and with 3 defenders all over her, sneaks it in there for one of her game-high 6 goals. Lily Spivey passes to a double-team Sarah Gilbert, but that doesn't matter. Gilbert slips it in there. Check out this pass from Shristi, and it's a perfect one-timer from Ava Ellsworth. Castro Valley gets a couple on the board in the fourth quarter. Addison Metcalf, Sydney Yee to Isabel Nicole, and some great movement there. The Trojans score 3 times to close out the game. This is goalkeeper Peyton Sklut. The junior nails the tough shot, but Washington with too big of a lead to overcome as the Huskies win it 12-5. Bandyopadhyay with 6 goals, and we will have the boys matchup later in the show.
The Rikus Center brings us the Gary Rikus Players of the Week every week, the award based on performances in the previous week's games.
That's right. The announcement performed in a rap by our good friends at the Rikus Center. Here are this week's Gary Rikus Players of the Week.
49ers Cal High. Yeah, welcome back to the show. How we doing? If you tune in, you should know. Stats and raps are how we do it. Popping it off with who is a true player, 2-gamer, baseball, football, Luke Baker, making his name like a crusader. 321 yards, 2 TDs, setting at 17 out of 23. Too easy, wham bam, thank you man. That's how to introduce the Wolves, howling at the moon, and now they're howling out at Luke. Hey. And speaking of Crusaders, made the skills for survival, so vitalize the arrival of Michael Mitchell Jr. Here to enrich the future. Already got 7 offers as a sophomore, and gonna be a lot more soon to pick and choose from. This is what being ready means, longevity that led his team 36-17 and 320 being his yards through the air. At 4 TDs in there, and let's see who can compare. 49ers Cal High. Gary Rikus, Players of the Week. Trigger D beats, and this is nice. Yay!
D-Line Constructors is a Bay Area leader in demolition, grading, paving, and site utilities. D-Line Constructors digs in with passion and brings us the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week.
This week's D-Line Defensive Play of the Week goes to Samadi Scott from St. Mary's. Samadi racing in on the pass attempt and just takes the ball away from the quarterback. That is a touchdown for St. Mary's, and that is this week's D-Line Defensive Play of the Week. U.S. Bank presents the Coach of the Week award each week.
This week's U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week goes to Adhir Ravapati from Reardon High School. The Crusaders kicked off the season with a 36-17 victory over Sacred Heart Prep. Coach Ravapati will receive a grant from the 49ers Foundation for his accomplishments and will be honored during a 49ers game during this season. Congratulations to Coach Ravapati, this week's U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Coming up, a battle of Bay Area powers, Sarah and De La Salle.
And Salesian takes on Tennyson when 49ers Cow High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank, returns.
How's the chicken?
Oh, the prawns are delicious.
Oh, I have a shellfish allergy.
One prawn, very good.
Did I say chicken wrong?
Tired of people not listening to what you want?
It's truffle season.
That's okay.
Never enough truffles.
How much are they?
It's a lot.
Oh, okay. I'm good. That.
It's like a priceless piece of art.
Enjoy.
Or when they sell you what they want?
Yeah.
The more we understand you, the better we can help you. That's what U.S. Bank is for.
Huge relief.
Yeah.
Love is at the center of everything we do. That's why we were the first dairy in the U.S. to become American Humane Certified. Because the care that we pour into our cows produces better milk. Clover Sonoma, the only dairy with love in it.
Who will always remain true is getting sucked in the mouth. You can't handle that. Bring the fight to them today. Be pissed off about it.
Here comes Bosa. Bosa! Samuel again. Deebo Samuel's in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Secure your seats at 49ers.com/tickets.
Young Tommy was born a champion and always up for a challenge. He pursued the patience, persistence, and problem-solving skills he still uses today at Service Champions. We're now offering a $68 AC tune-up with a free duct inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Your comfort is a puzzle that Service Champions will solve. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. By Mattress Firm, the official sleep partner of the San Francisco 49ers. By Service Champions, high five service, champion attitude, Service Champions. By Mary West Credit Union, working for you today, tomorrow, together. And by Stevens Creek Chevrolet, find new roads.
Two Bay Area powers meeting this week as the top team in the Bay Area, Sarah, takes on De La Salle. Sarah head coach Patrick Walsh tells me he was a great football and baseball player for De La Salle many, many years ago. I'm trying to get that confirmed.
I believe what Coach
I think you got
Walsh.
it's got to be like on microfilm somewhere in a library, but
yeah,
it
probably
goes way back.
Coach Walsh has built a great program at Sarah, beating his former team in this game last season and looking to do it again in the game played Saturday afternoon. It's our first Monster Game of the week. Our Adrian Soriano was there, and wait for that smile.
Welcome to Sarah High School for the biggest football game so far this season. The Sarah Padres come in as the #1 team in the Bay Area, led by senior Danny Niu. This outstanding two-way player had a rushing touchdown and 2 sacks against Folsom last week. Meanwhile, the De La Salle Spartans are looking to bounce back after a tough loss against Orange Lutheran last week. Keep your eyes on junior Toa Fa'ave, who had 2 rushing touchdowns against the Lancers last week. It's Sarah and De La Salle in our first Monster Game. Great defense early from De La Salle as Matthew Johnson gets home for the big-time sack. No score after 1. Sarah looking to take the lead in the second. Milwaukee Smith fires and hits Jaden Lim for the first down. Then a few plays later, Milwaukee Smith connects with Cole Harrison in the end zone for the first points of the game. 2-point conversion good, and it's 8-0 Sarah Padres at the half. Sarah trying to add on in the second half, but the pass is picked off by Jaden Jefferson as Jaden snatches the ball away from the receiver. Still 8-0 Sarah Padres, but Sarah's defense was great all day long. Here's Jabari Man getting home for the sack. Still 8-0 Padres after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter now, and Smith shoots it long and deep for Braden Augusta, who holds it in inside the 5-yard line. Then a couple plays later, give it to Jabari Man on the direct snap, and Jabari scampers into the end zone. 15-0 Cerro Padres in the lead. The Spartans looking to answer back, but the Padres defense comes up big again as Colin Taitua is right there for the sack. The Padres add on later in the quarter as Thomas Gooch drills a 28-yarder through the uprights, 18-0 Padres. Sarah putting the nail on the coffin here as the pass is picked off by Jermaine Barrett, who runs down the far sideline, and he is gone! 66 yards to glory as the Sarah Padres make a statement, beating De La Salle 28-0. Here's Cole Harrison talking about his quarterback, Milwaukee Smith.
I just trusted my quarterback. My quarterback trusted me, just found the open space. And yeah, just, he has a lot of trust giving me the ball, and I have a lot of trust for him throwing me the ball.
In San Mateo with the Monster Game, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The Tennyson Lancers fired up as they take on the Salesian Pride. Nikon Shadust on the call. Marcus Burke under center for the Pride. He drops back and fires downfield to Carlton Perlat Jr., who juggles the ball and secures it for the first down. Burke to the end zone, and Perlat is there hauling it in with the toe tap PAT good. 7-0 Pride. Pride score again before the second quarter. Now Lamont McDonald gets the handoff and finds his lane. Late night Lamont is gone. 47 yards to the house. 2-point attempt, no good. 14-6 Pride. The Pride and Burke looking to respond, and respond they do. Burke fires to an open Marco Turqueza. Marco with no polo in for the touchdown. Pride lead it 20-6 at half. Salesian ball in the third. Burke lets it fly, and Joseph Tehran makes an unbelievable contested one-handed grab for the first down. Fourth quarter, same drive. Burke looks end zone and finds Turqueza again. Marcus to Marco to put the Pride up 26-6. Still lots of time to go. Nick Zamora in at QB for the Lancers, and he takes a shot deep downfield to McDonald, who breaks off the defender and waves him goodbye. 2-point attempt, no good. Tennyson trail 26-12. Lancers recover the onside kick. Then Zamora fires to Larry Noble, who breaks off the defender and navigates to the end zone for the touchdown. Too little, too late from the Lancers as Salesian holds on to win this one 34-20, improving to 2-0 on the season.
Half Moon Bay traveling to Los Altos to meet the Eagles. Half Moon Bay in charge early in a long first set. Kate Billington to senior setter Aliyah Wicks to Gabby Harrison, who slams it down for an early lead. More Cougars later in the first. Nice dig by the Eagles. Allison Leong. Ruby Borders gets it over, but right there to crush it home is Aaron Lester. Here's the Cougars. Kayla Andrew up to Jillian Dabalski, and she passes Dabalski back to Andrew for the kill. But this set was a long one. The Eagles' Isabel Banks to Sophia Costa. A beautiful back set to Martina Jones, and then later in the set down by 2, it's the exact same play. Banks to Costa to Jones, and the same result as Los Altos trails by 1, 24-23. Tied at 24, the Eagles take the lead. Tough at the net is Ella McFarland. Here's match point as Isabel Banks serves the winner. A tough 26-24 set for Los Altos. Second set, the Eagles start to take charge. Kathleen Zhu to Alyssa Yee over to Costa. Then up 2-0. Josephine Wong gets it to Costa, who sets McFarland for a flying kill. Later in the third, Kate Billington with a nice save for the Cougs, who get it back over, but Los Altos goes Allison Leong to Costa to the freshman, Evelyn Jang, who reps it home, and everybody loved that one from the freshman Jang as Los Altos wins it in 3 straight. Wong leading the Eagles with 8 kills.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning helps us honor students who perform well on the field while doing great work around campus.
This week we spotlight Jordan Smith from Del Mar High School. Jordan is a senior captain of the volleyball team. Off the court, she is a member in numerous clubs like the Black Student Union, Club Harmony, Don's Crew, and National Honor Society, where she serves as president. Del Mar's Jordan Smith, very impressive. This week's Service Champions Student Spotlight. Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner each week, honoring Spirit squads from all around the Bay Area.
This week, it's the Outstanding Cheer Team from Live Oak.
Let's go! I don't wanna be somebody without your body close to me. And if it wasn't you, I wouldn't want anybody close to me. And the people had a bed for the night, and it was okay, 'cause we were good kids.
Coming up, San Ramon Valley takes on Acalanes.
But first, here is our top 10 girls volleyball poll.
Love is at the center of everything we do. That's why we were the first dairy in the U.S. to become American Humane Certified. Because the care that we pour into our cows produces better milk. Clover Sonoma, the only dairy with love in it.
From the beginning, AmeriWest Credit Union was created to provide a brighter financial future for you. We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
AmeriWest worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, AmeriWest works for me.
AmeriWest works for me wherever adventure takes us.
AmeriWest Credit Union. Let us work for you. Today, tomorrow, together.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests and our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
We're the Live Oak Acorns, and you're watching
49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi Stadium. The San Ramon Valley Wolves were very impressive in their season opener last week. Luke Baker earning our NCS Player of the Week honors, throwing for 321 yards for the Wolves.
I understand he's going to play baseball in college.
He is at Santa Clara.
Santa Clara University. Talented guy. SRV taking on an Acalanes team with another top quarterback. Sully Bailey impressive in his opening game, throwing for 249 yards. Two teams looking to air it out Friday night in Lafayette.
Dun, 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 dun. Here comes Acalanes looking for his first win of the year against San Ramon Valley, but the Wolves are the first on the board. John Pal-Mendoza gets a handoff and scampers 9 yards to the end zone, 7-0 SRV. Acalanes threatening on its first possession. Jack Giorgiani drives up the middle, a 4-yard TD for Jack's first touchdown of his senior season. This game is tied at 7. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Baker drops back, hurries out of the pocket. Luke tucks it and takes off. This is going to be a 32-yard pickup for SRV's QB1, leading to another Baker Giorgiani touchdown connection, and the Wolves go back on top and would go on to take the 27-7 lead until the closing minutes of the first half. Bailey, the southpaw, slings a pass to a crossing Henry Souza. Souza is in there. The Dons cut the Wolves' lead to 13. But in the final drive of the first half, Baker throws to the end zone, and Dylan Deach is there to haul it in to give SRV the 34-14 lead at the break. Acalanes scores once more in the second half, but SRV in control from start to finish. John Pal-Mendoza powers in for his second touchdown of the night. San Ramon Valley improves to 2-0 on the year with the 44-21 win. Baker and Giorgiani also with a pair of touchdowns.
Jake Vanderbrook and Atherton as Sacred Heart Prep battles Burlingame. First set, the student section yelling S-H-P as Isabel Marco slams this ball to the hardwood. Moments later, Gators feeding the ball in the middle, but Sam Hora times her jump perfectly to record the block. Later in the set, Gators take advantage of an overpass as Naomi Watson delivers the boom. She's heading to Boston College next year to continue her volleyball career. Gators take set 1 25-18, and the Gator fans are loving it. Burlingame looking to answer back in set 2 as Hora tips it over for the point. Nicely done. But SHP storms back later in the set. It's Alina Wheeler, the Kelsey Chad, the Marco, and the Utah commit unloads for another kill. 20 kills for the senior, and SHP would win set 2 26-24. Burlingame would answer in set 3 as Jillian Kinnear sets it to Morgan Toomey, who tools it off the defender for one of her 9 kills. Moments later, it's Kinnear to Ella Duong, and Ella gives this baby a rip for the point. Panthers take set 3 25-18, but the Gators would chomp back in set 4. Not only is Marco a great outside hitter, but she can give you some assists. How about this set to Kylie McGibbon as the freshman drops the hammer for the cross-court kill. Moments later, Marco feeds a pass to Mia Radif, and her shot is well placed in the back corner. 10 kills for the senior as Sacred Heart Prep goes on to beat Burlingame 3-1.
Each week, Chick-fil-A brings us stories of athletes who amaze us.
Adrian Soriano joins us now with the St. Francis quarterback overcoming a life-changing battle to play this season.
Thanks, Robert. Earlier this year, Aaron Knapp faced the fight of his life battling cancer. Now this young man is showing his toughness and resilience both on and off the field. Afternoon practice at St. Francis High School. The Lancers are getting ready for another football season with Aaron Knapp as the starting quarterback for the Lancers.
He's a vocal leader and a guy that we really look to kind of get us going. He leads us in exercises, he leads us on and off the field. He's a man of character, and you know, he's one of those guys that is doing the right thing all the time when people aren't watching, and so that's a great guy to put in front of your team as a leader.
During Aaron's freshman year, Aaron noticed a small mysterious lump on the back of his neck. Aaron would undergo a series of tests to get a diagnosis.
I started to notice a bump on my neck around those last couple weeks, and you know, I was kind of concerned, but my mom, you know, she told me not to worry, and you know, she's always going to be there to, you know, comfort me.
The lump didn't affect Aaron during his freshman year, but by Aaron's sophomore season, the lump began to grow rapidly, raising concerns for Aaron's well-being.
So after last season, my sophomore year, we ended up getting surgery, and they took a couple lymph nodes out from my neck, and they ran some tests on it and found out that it was cancerous.
Aaron was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma just before Christmas last year, a devastating blow to this tight-knit family.
Well, devastation obviously, but I can't say I was too surprised, because during the season when the lump on his neck was getting larger, I just at that point thought, you know, he had done so much testing, ruling out other things, so I wasn't too surprised, but it's still hard to hear that kind of news.
Aaron started 9 weeks of chemotherapy this past January, driving to City of Hope in Pasadena every weekend for treatment.
I'd go to school all week feeling not the greatest, and then I'd drive down that Thursday or Friday night and do chemo. You know, obviously, you know, it's hard to balance school, chemo, football, all this stuff, but just, you know, constant prayer and meeting with my family and fellowship with my friends got me through it.
After 9 brutal weeks of driving to Pasadena for treatment, the Knapp family received outstanding news. Aaron was cancer-free.
I just remember being, you know, super relieved, and just to see my mom relieved was actually more, you know, that was comforting for me, just to see her doing better.
He's really impressed us with his bravery, and he just never really complained. He kind of did what he needed to do through his treatment. I think he just wanted to get through it, so and get back to what he loves doing. He wanted to be with his friends and play football again.
Aaron is now living his childhood dream, playing quarterback for the St. Francis Lancers.
Just a great kid. He's worked extremely hard, loved St. Francis football, always wanted to be a St. Francis football player, and now this is kind of his time, right? He's been with us since his freshman year, and finally he gets to be the guy and take all the snaps and be, you know, QB1.
Nearly 8 months ago, Aaron faced a life-changing battle with cancer. Now, Aaron is under center, looking to lead the Lancers to a successful season. Aaron showed so much courage during his fight with cancer. There is no doubt the St. Francis Lancers are in good hands with Aaron under center taking snaps.
Outstanding. Great to have him back on the field. Mara-West Credit Union helps us honor teachers each week with the Mara-West Merit Award.
Here's Devajay Watts from Skyline talking about his favorite teacher, Camila Ramon.
My favorite teacher was Miss R. She's a history teacher at Skyline, and she really pushed me through my lessons and showed me how to do the work step by step when I didn't know how. So I feel like that's a good teacher, and that's the best teacher I've had since a while.
Coming up, our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game with Washington and Kennedy in Fremont.
And the very best in girls volleyball as St. Francis meets Mitty. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Young Tommy was born a champion and always up for a challenge. He pursued the patience, persistence, and problem-solving skills he still uses today at Service Champions. We're now offering a $68 AC tune-up with a free duct inspection. High-five service, champion attitude, your comfort is a puzzle that Service Champions will solve. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
It's a Labor Day like no other. Get the biggest deals ever at Mattress Firm. Introducing the actually really seriously best sale of the year for real. Look, we even put it on a hat. That's how real it is. Don't wait. Get a king for a queen price. or queen for a twin price, and save up to $700 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base. It's the actually really seriously best. You get it.
The right mattress matters.
We'll find yours.
Mattress Firm.
1, 2, 3.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, taking care of our guests one at a time. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By the Rikers Center, got goals? And by Sharks Ice, official practice facility of the San Jose Sharks and home of the San Jose Barracuda.
This season, Chick-fil-A is presenting the sportsmanship game where each team will meet at midfield after the game and enjoy a chicken sandwich courtesy of Chick-fil-A. The Kennedy Titans are coming off a very impressive opening week win against Mount Eden.
Washington with an opening week loss, so the Huskies will look to get into the win column against Kennedy in our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game this week.
Nothing like some good sportsmanship before this showdown in Fremont between Washington and Kennedy. Late in the first quarter, Kennedy on the move, hand the pigskin off to Jason Nomura, and the speedy senior goes untouched for a 13-yard touchdown. PAT good, 7-0 Kennedy. The Titans would tack on another touchdown before the half as Gianni Pareda connects with Jaden Roman for 6. With the extra point, it's 14-0 Kennedy at the half. More Kennedy in the second half. Pareda can uncork the ball if he needs to. Well, this time the senior's going to use his legs. Takes a big hit while going into the end zone, and he's all fired up because that's a touchdown. 21-zip Kennedy. The Titans' rushing attack could not be stopped in this one. Here's Nomura getting the carry, bounces off a tackle, gets a block. Man, that's how you run the ball, baby. He would eventually score to make it 28-0 Kennedy after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter now. Huskies looking for their first points of the game. Eshawn Johnson keeps the ball, finds a gap, and Eshawn is off to the races. He broke 3 tackles and then would get wrestled down at the 3-yard line. A 64-yard run for Eshawn Johnson. Then a few plays later, let Johnson keep it himself. Touchdown, one of Johnson's 2 touchdowns in the ball game, but Kennedy was lights out from start to finish. If you want to see a running back break 6 tackles for a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Junaid Khan. Man, this guy is unstoppable. Marshawn Lynch would really appreciate this. And after the game, the players got together and enjoyed a tasty chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A as Kennedy rolls past Washington, winning 35-14. Jason Nomura talks to us and is very pleased with how well the team's been playing thus far.
It's just to put in hard work every single time. You know, even in practice, it's just like we put in the work every single day, and it just becomes second nature out here. It's like you don't have to think. You just follow your guys, just do whatever you need to do to score and win.
The Midi student section all fired up for the big game against St. Francis. The Monarchs making their presence felt early. Caitlin Cook over to Maya Baker to McKenna Crossan, and the sophomore crushes this one to the hardwood. Everything was falling in favor of the Monarchs in set 1 as Crossan and Baker keep the ball in play for Cook, who gets the kill as Midi wins set 1 25-21. St. Francis looking to answer back in set 2. Whitney Wallace passes to Hannah McGuire, and Hannah sets it up for a Taylor Williams finish. But the Monarchs would begin to pull away later in the set. McKenna Crossan to Maya Baker, then right back to McKenna for the big-time finish. Then it's Crossan to Baker to Izzy Romero, and Izzy puts it away as the Monarchs win set 2, 25-16. The Lancers trying to rally back in set 3. Whitney Wallace to Hannah McGuire, and Hannah sets it to UNC-bound senior Aaron Curtis, who places it perfectly for the kill. Now it's Jamison Martin with the bump. McGuire with the set, and Duke-bound senior Taylor Williams gets the emphatic finish as the Lancers win set 3, 25-21. St. Francis still on the comeback trail in set 4. It's Curtis to McGuire, then right back to Aaron Curtis, who smashes it to the hardwood. The Lancers looking to continue the comeback, but sophomore sensation McKenna Crossan leaps up high for the block, Match point for the Monarchs now when Nicole Macalento bumps it to Baker, and Maya sets it up for an Izzy Romero finish as the Monarchs win it in 4 sets to go to 7-0 in the season, 1-0 in the West Catholic League.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, leading to $10,000 in scholarships to be handed out by Lexus of Stevens Creek at our end of the season awards banquet.
This week's volunteer is Sienna Bai, a senior on the Westmont girls volleyball team. Sienna volunteers her time with the National Charity League. Over the years, Sienna has worked with multiple organizations, including House of Hope and Sunday Friends. The goal is to provide those who are less fortunate the resources they need, including food, health and wellness, building life skills, and much more. Sienna tells us why it's so important to give back.
So I feel like it's important to give back to your community and get to know the people that come from different backgrounds and just help them get to a better place in their life.
Gallo Salami helps us spotlight top athletes who are among the top recruits in the nation. This week's Gallo Salami Big Salami is Tyrone Jackson from Reardon, the senior wideout with a big game in the Crusaders opener last week. Tyrone is committed to play next season at Boise State.
Coming up, we go south for Wilcox and Hollister.
And Washington battles Castro Valley in the pool as 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank rolls along.
The Hollister Hay Baylors like to run the ball a lot. The Baylors using 10 different backs to rack up 280 yards on the ground in their opener last week.
The Baylors with a big test this week, taking on the Wilcox Chargers. Wilcox led by senior quarterback Tyson Bonilla. He had 179 yards rushing and passing last week. The Chargers meeting the Baylors in Hollister Thursday night.
Here come Hollister Hay Baylors as they take on Wilcox Thursday night. The Baylors pounding the rock early, give it to Robert Holston, who shows off his speed, taking it all the way inside Wilcox territory. Hollister would score a field goal a few plays later, 3-0. But Wilcox answers back in a hurry. Tyson Bonilla fires and hits Malwidi Salah, and Malwidi takes it inside the 5-yard line. Then on the next play, handed to Elijah Walker, who decides to go the other way, and that was a good idea because Elijah scampers into the end zone. Say hello to the camera, Elijah. 7-3 Chargers. Then later in the quarter, Tyson Bonilla fakes the handoff, finds the hole, and he is gone! 58 yards to the house. PAT no good, and it's 13-3 Chargers. Sue! Hollister looking to respond, but Braden Rosa forces the fumble. Dylan Faga scoops up the loose ball and takes it all the way into the end zone for another Wilcox touchdown. It's 19-3 Chargers after 1. More great Charger defense in the second as Latrell Riggs gets home for the sack. Still 19-3 Wilcox Chargers at halftime. Wilcox trying to add on to its lead in the second half, but the pass is picked off by Vincent Vigilante. Still 19-3 Wilcox Chargers after 3 quarters. Hollister trying to rally late, give it to Braden Watkins, who powers his way in for the touchdown, but not enough as the Wilcox Chargers win it 19-9 behind the big night from Tyson Bonilla.
Get ready for some exciting water polo between Washington and Castro Valley. CV with a 2-1 lead in the second. Adam Forrest passes to Tyler Hummer to Jeremy Francis. The backhand shot gives the Trojans the 3-1 lead. That was an impressive shot, but so was this one. Hanwell locked to Radu Kastosh, and that one-timer goes so smooth. It's 3-2 CV at the break. Later in the third, the game is tied at 4 until William DeCarly tilts it back in favor of the Trojans. And with this incredible shot from Caleb Rauman, Castro Valley leads it by 2 heading into the fourth. Kastosh is awarded a penalty, and Radu decides to fire on goal. That hot shot goes, and it is now a 6-5 ball game. Kastosh to Jack Lamont. Lamont sneaks it inside the post and delivers the equalizer. We head into overtime with the game tied at 6 after regulation. 2 3-minute quarters in overtime, and Castro Valley scores early. Rauman to William DeCarly. That's a beautiful shot, and Castro Valley goes on to score 3 times in OT to take home the win. Rauman with a game-high 4 goals. The Harker School is dedicated to a superior education for all of its students, so Harker presents the Scholar Athlete Award each week.
This week's Scholar Athlete is Danny Niu from the Sarah football team. Danny, great on the field and in the classroom with a 3.9 GPA. Brought to you by the Harker School last week, the Upper School's Recreate Reading program invited 2 authors to speak with students. Ray Naylor appeared via Zoom to discuss his sci-fi novel, the critically acclaimed The Mountain in the Sea. while Perini Schroff, author of The Bandit Queens, spoke to students in person at the college counseling office. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Albany's Construction brings us the Dirty Work play each week. This is a play showing the same type of grit and determination exemplified by all of the folks at Albany's Construction. This week's Dirty Work play goes to Mitch Bruno from San Ramon Valley. Mitch with a big sack in the Wolves win last week. Mitch Bruno doing the dirty work, just like our good friends at Albany's Construction.
There is so much great content on our social media. Check us out all week on all platforms, but especially on Instagram. We are at 49ers Cal High.
And remember, you can buy full game videos from any of the games we shoot every week. Go to 49erscalhighsports.com to order, and we will send you a copy to download.
Coming up, our second monster game, it's McClymonds at Bellarmine.
And later, California takes on James Logan when 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank, returns.
This tiny payment thing is a giant pain.
Hi, ladies. Alex from US Bank. Can she help? How about a comprehensive point of sale system
that can track inventory, manage schedules,
and customize orders? That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for.
What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there?
We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help.
Huge.
Jumbo. Ginormous.
Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
Join us on the ice for the Bay Area's hottest sport. High school ice hockey leagues are forming now for the upcoming season. Be part of this fast-moving, hard-hitting, crazy, exciting game. You can join as part of your high school team or sign up to be assigned to a team. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations all around the Bay Area. Jump in anytime and join your friends on the ice. Be a part of Bay Area high school hockey. Contact Sharks Ice for more details and get into the game today.
Want to make $186,000 a year, serving a community that wants you. The San Jose Police Department is hiring. Choose from over 50 specialty assignments like K-9 officer, helicopter pilot, or crime scene investigator. If you have the drive to serve, we will teach you the rest. Apply today at joinsjpd.com.
A great East Bay South Bay matchup this week as the Bellarmine Bells host McClymonds. The Bells opening with an impressive win with quarterback Parker Threet. Really great for the Bells.
McClymonds is coming off a NorCal title, opening its season this week. Two strong Bay Area teams meeting in San Jose. It's our second monster game, and our Jake Vanderbrook was there.
When these two teams played each other last year at the Mac House, it was a dogfight until the very end. But McClymonds was able to seal the deal in overtime, beating Bellarmine 24-21. Well, grab your bell because it's time for round two. For Bellarmine, all eyes on Parker Threet. The senior finished with 2 total touchdowns last week in a 17-14 win over Menlo Atherton. And for McClymonds, we're getting a good look at Tajir Golden, an outstanding defensive back. Expect this talented athlete to get more action in the backfield. Here we go. It's Bellarmine and McClymonds in our second monster game. First quarter, McClymonds decides to go for it on 4th down in Bellarmine territory, but the Bells are able to get the stop. But Mac would capitalize on its next drive as Tajir Golden gets the rock, and look at him go! 33 yards to the house, PAT good, 7-0 Warriors. The Mac defense put on a show in this one. The Warriors got to the quarterback 8 times. Here's Sharky Tamale hunting down his prey, and Keon Quinney and Troy Hill wrestle him down, forcing a 3-and-out. Mac would tack on another touchdown just before the half as Isaac Espinoza takes the snap, and the senior plows his way in for a Warriors touchdown, 14-0 McClymonds at the half. And it was all Mac in the second half. Third quarter, here's a little trickery. Tajir Golden takes the ball on the end around, and look out, the senior is loose! 42 yards to the house. Golden scored another touchdown in the third to make it 26-0 Mac. Still in the third, Isaac Espinoza gets his feet set, airs it out, and oh boy, Rashawn Duncan hauls it in, and he's going the distance. A 71-yard touchdown for the sophomore. Warriors up 34-0 after 3. And here's one more touchdown for McClymonds. Fourth quarter, feed the ball to Sharky Tamale and let the beast go to work. kiss him goodbye. A 39-yard touchdown for Sharkey as McClymonds rolls past Bellarmine, winning 40-0. Here's Golden after the game, giving his O-line a lot of credit.
It's been a long night, kind of tired. Had to rest for like 175, 3 tugs, but I couldn't do it without my line or my QB.
In San Jose with the Monster Game, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Tyler Flipson checking in. The Foothill Falcons fired up hosting the Branson Bulls in Pleasanton Tuesday night in this non-league matchup. Falcons will strike first. Casey Burdick on the serve. Bulls take the dig, but here's Falcons' Paige Bennett with the kill. Falcons lead 12-10 in the first. Later into the set, Caitlin Vogel with the dig. Catherine Salongo with the set over to Burdick for the monstrous kill, extending the Foothill lead 21-20. No quitting the Bulls, though. Dylan Weisenett rockets the serve over, and it's too much for the Falcons to handle for the ace. Bulls take the lead 24-23. This set goes the distance back and forth, but it's Paige Bennett firing this serve over for the ace to give the Falcons the first set 27-25. Into the second set now, the Falcons never let off. Vogel with the dig, Salogna sets it back over to Emma Vukojevic for the kill. Falcons up 12-5. Set point in the second, Vogel with the dig, Salonga the set to a flying Madeline Snodgrass, getting it past the Bulls for the kill, giving the Falcons a second set 25-16. Foothill keeping the momentum into the third set. Vogel with the lunging dig, Salonga with the set over to no other than Paige Bennett for the kill. Paige is fired up about it. Falcons ready to call it a night. Burdick takes the dig. Salonga sets it behind her to Vukojevic for the final kill. The Falcons take the third set 25-17 to give Foothill the win 3-0 over Branson. Foothill improves to 6-1 overall with a little help from Bennett and Burdick's combined 30 kills.
The Westmont Warriors volleyball team is off to a fast start to their season.
The girls meeting with our Jake Vanderbrook at the Rikes Center to talk about it this week.
And we are here at the Rikes Center for Human Enhancement where goals are achieved. Got goals? And here's the girls volleyball team from Westmont High School. Get low! I like the energy. I really like it. So welcome to the Rikes Center, and I'm going to start off with Orion Chang, who is a freshman. So talk about the role that you have for this team.
At first, I was really nervous, but then as practices kept going, I really got to enjoy spending time with my teammates, and I created lots of friendships with all of them.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the bonding, and I'm going to make my way over to Kira DeVita. What's the one thing that stands out about this Westmont team?
Well, specifically being a high school team, like we're all working together throughout the whole entire school year, so we like know each other really well. But also just the teamwork that we put in and like the collaboration working in and outside of volleyball, it's a really cool thing to see grow throughout the school season.
And finally, I got one more, Kiana Liggs, who's a junior. So Kiana, this team is off to a strong start. You guys are playing some wonderful volleyball thus far. What can we expect from this team as the season goes on?
There's been some position changes, and I think we've just grown a lot, like as a team. And so I think we're going to see that come together this season, and hopefully we can do as well as we did last year and make it to CCS again with this new team.
Okay, I got one more question for you, Kiana. So, match point, who's going to get that final kill for this team?
That final kill, I think Alicia. Alicia over there at the end.
I like it. Awesome. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Take us out with a cheer.
Coming up, California and James Logan battling in Union City.
But first, here is this week's top 10 football polling.
The James Logan Colts are coming off a playoff season last year and hoping to get even further this year.
Yeah, and the Colts meeting California High School from the very tough East Bay League. The game played in Union City Friday night.
The California Grizzlies traveling to Union City to take on James Logan under the Friday night lights. Cal knocking on the Colts' door. Jaden Macedo fakes the handoff and dumps it off to Chase McGill for the touchdown. The Grizzlies would lead it 10-0 after one. In the second, Jonathan Kraft spins his way out of the pocket, using his blockers to pick up a nice gain, and the Colts' drive eventually would stall, leading to another Cal score. Cal at midfield. Devin Love gets the handoff, finds a hole, and no one is going to stop this Love train. Devin goes all the way to the house, 19-0 Grizzlies at the break. The Colts looking for their first score. Kraft rolls to his right and finds Danzel Mercado. Once he gets past that defender, he's on his way to pay dirt. The Colts are on the board. 27-7 the score in the fourth. Macedo pump fakes and launches a 34-yard pass to the end zone. McGill is there to haul it in once again for his second touchdown. Later in the game, Logan looking for one more score, but the Cal defense would allow just that one touchdown as Steven Boraz grabs the interception, and California goes on to pick up its first win of the year to go to 1-1. Macedo with 138 yards in the air. DGDG.com wants you to be a happy car buyer. So each week they bring us the Be Happy play. This is a play in a game that made everyone happy.
This week's Be Happy play goes to Evelyn Zhang from the Los Altos volleyball team. Evelyn, just a freshman, comes in and gets the big time rip to end this play, and she was really happy about it, and so were her teammates. Want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com. Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion play of the week. It might be this play, but you have to wait to find out.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Raikus Center.
Hi, I'm Andrew Havili at the Raikus Center. Today's training tip is a single arm cable press. Sydney's going to stand one foot in front of the other, holding the cable in one hand, and just start pushing forward and backward. Great shoulder and chest exercise, also a lot of core happening here. Now, for you throwers out there, you could just hold your arm out straight, take a step forward, take a step backward. This requires so much more shoulder stability. So every time she steps back, the weights wants to jolt her back. She can't let that happen.
We announce the Service by Medallion play of the week to end every show.
We'll show you some top contenders, then announce this week's Service by Medallion play of the week.
Play of the week.
We start off with Joseph Tehran from Salesian with this spectacular one-handed catch for the first down. How about Leland's Chase Swenson channeling his inner beast mode, breaking tackles all over the place inside Viking territory for the first down, but we have a better run coming up. Here's De La Salle's Jaden Jefferson snatching the ball away from the receiver to get the big-time interception. Let's go back to Hayward for Tennyson's late-night Lamont McDonald with this catch, then breaking a tackle all the way for the touchdown. But the play of the week has to go to Kennedy's Junaid Khan, breaking 6 tackles and running it in for the touchdown. Let's see it in slow-mo now. Junaid Khan, the new Marshawn Lynch. You just won the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week when we feature the Berkeley receiver and the incredible support from his mother. We will see you then.
I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check back every Sunday night.
And watch us every Sunday night at 6 and 10 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.